Going back to the news coming in from Sri Lanka, over 42 people have died and more than 200 people have been injured after 6 explosions rocked the city of Colombo in Sri Lanka. Now, Sri Lankan security officials say 6 simultaneous blasts hit 3 churches and 3 hotels frequented by tourists on Easter Sunday. My colleague Pramod Madhav joining me on the phone line with more. Pramod, we understand that the Colombo National Hospital is taking in several wounded who have been brought in for treatment. Do we have any idea of the amount of casualties? That's one. We understand that over 40 people have lost their lives, and two, about who's possibly behind these series of blasts.
Well, one thing we can say is that the casualty is really massive because the blast apparently seemed to have been orchestrated in such a way that they wanted a major death count because they have chosen the Sunday, especially on Easter and especially for the morning mass where a large crowd would normally gather, and these are prominent churches, especially the one, the St. Anthony Shrine and the other one at Nees Bundu. So that way, it's absolutely tragic and it's definitely considered right now as a terrorist attack only. But so far, no organization has come forward to take responsibility for the act. And the cops are claiming that they are more worried about trying to rescue the life. Earlier, we were only given a report that it was 20, but apparently it has gone up to 42 right now. Extremely shocking. The officials claim they're doing everything possible on one angle to save the lives and the other one to probe the actual culprits behind it to capture them.
Right, Pramod, thank you so much for those updates. This is the latest that we're getting in right now from Sri Lanka. Extremely horrific and tragic news coming in. At least 40 people have been killed and hundreds injured after explosions in 3 churches and 3 hotels in and around the Sri Lankan capital of Colombo. The blasts have hit several hotels and a church in Colombo, while 2 other churches were targeted outside Colombo. Now, the nature of the explosions also is not clear. The first explosions, let's remember, were reported at the St. Anthony's Church in Colombo and St. Sebastian's Church at Katuwapitiya in the town of Negombo. Soon after these reports, let's remember, 4 other blasts were confirmed by the police. Now, 3 of them were at hotels, while another was reported from a church in the town of Batticaloa. More than 300 people have been admitted with injuries following the blast just alone in Batticaloa. And at least one of the victims was killed in Colombo's Cinnamon Grand Hotel. Let's also remember that's actually close to the Prime Minister's official residence. The blast actually ripped through a restaurant. Now, we know that External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has in fact taken to Twitter, responding to the explosions, said that she is in close touch with the Indian High Commissioner in Colombo, and the government is closely monitoring the situation in Sri Lanka, which is the neighboring country.